Hello. Recently, I've been really down, or mainly it's just today. It's like when I try to start something, like a business or something, I get really depressed, and then I get stuck in the how I'm going to start these things and how I can make them work. And then I just end up spiraling and I don't create anything because I start thinking that nothing matters at all. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. And I just want to read you guys something that I did make, just to remind myself that I can create something and that I can finish something. So yeah, I don't have it on digital, I have it in my notebook. I started doing The Artist Way, but I didn't finish all the weeks. I stopped at week 5 and then I restarted and then didn't pick it back up. So yeah, I'm just gonna read you all this because I don't remember exactly what it's about. I don't remember everything that's in here. I just remember that I wrote it, so I just want to read it. I never woke up this morning. My soul is floating in the AC. My body laid still on the sofa. The dark circles under my eyes bleaker than normal. My heart isn't beating anymore. My breath isn't coming. I only had 20 more years to work. 20 more years until I could retire. Until I could live to the fullest. But I fell short. By 20 years, I died from exhaustion. I couldn't even stick out 5 years. My overtime is over. My death will result in a late shift, a no-show, a fired. I'm dead in my living room. My body will surely pick up a smell soon. Shower, that's what I need. That's what I was supposed to do before I laid down. Shower, change. That way, once my 30-minute sleep break was over, I could go to my second job, the job that pays for the groceries. Not much at all, but I need food, and so does the homeless man across the street. He'll be very hungry now. He will follow me, appear out of nowhere, and demand on an explanation for my absence, only to see my body laying there, my soul floating here. That would be enough of an explanation. But what now? I am floating in the middle of my coffee table in my studio apartment. Will I inhabit this place forever? The first thing I can think of is to go to my bed. I lie there somehow. Honestly, I was expecting something to slip right through. But I am firmly, comfortably able to lie here for the first time in maybe 3 days, a week. I've been using my mattress as storage for a while, putting my laid out outfits for each job there and there, here and there, putting my paperwork and case files here and there. I'm not allowed to relax unless I file them, look over them, set them all in their proper place, or at least I wasn't. I'll need to get used to using past tense, since I am dead. I wonder, do I really have to stay here for the rest of eternity? No way, right? I really don't want to eavesdrop on the next resident who lives here. I already have to hear the conversations through these thin walls, to see and hear everything in this small space. I might die. Well, not die, since I'm already dead. I sit up. I think and look at the body on the sofa, the couch, my body, still as dead as ever. And I got up. Moving towards the window, look out towards the apartment's courtyard. It's a somewhat shabby view, but also not. The sky during the sunset is beautiful, and that's what redeems this awful view of grills and kids swimming in the pool, of people being happy, of people living. I was counting down the days, overestimating the time, so every time I checked, I could say, wow, I'm really that close, and feel a bit better about my deadline. I used to stare at these kids splashing around the pool sometimes. Sometimes they would even swim with the snow falling at night, though. Sometimes they would even swim during the snowfall at night. So I assumed their parents didn't approve, but I would stare at them, enjoying their lives and wasting away their youth. And sometimes I wanted to scream at them that when they got older, they're going to be miserable. I was thinking about doing it when my lease was up, but decided against it. I couldn't afford to move. I couldn't afford to live. I can't afford to go out for drinks. I can't afford to talk back. I can't afford to lose a case. I can't afford to hate a client. I can't afford to scream at kids. I can't afford to scream in general. I can't afford to be exhausted, sleep 8 hours a day, eat for every meal period, to live, to breathe, to hope, to wish. Does currency exist in the afterlife? Moving from my window to my door, I touch the handle, but I can't open it. I touch the door, feel the chill of the wood, and move through it. I can get out after all. I make my way to the elevator, but then think better of it. I'd hate to have to move through the elevator duct. So I make my way to the stairs instead. I feel myself going down them in a manner I used to, one foot after the other. My body moves with each step, but it isn't there. They say it takes 21 days for a person to get used to a missing limb. I wonder if it'll be the same thing for me. I move straight towards the courtyard. I've only been out there once during my tour around the apartment, but I know my way to the door by heart. Every twist and turn, every step, I've memorized. I've stood in front of this door countless times. Invites to parties or to get-togethers from fellow residents have led me to this door countless times. But I never took the first step through it. This time, I don't give myself time to think, to object, or weigh the pros and cons. I step through the door and run towards the pool. I stop there, seeing all the kids yell at one another, splashing around. The adults talk around them. None of them notice me, see me. Well, a few dogs perk up. I guess it's true what they say about their sixth sense. I turn fully, facing the pool, the kids playing and enjoying their youth, and I scream. I tell them that growing up is terrible, and that life as an adult sucks. I tell them that no matter how much you work, you'll still have to do it more and more for like 30 years before you can live your life comfortably. I tell them not to become a lawyer, specifically a public defender. I tell them not to give their parents money, even if they beg or guilt trip them. I tell them not to give money to everyone who opens their palms for it. I tell them to live their lives just like this, selfish, playful, and rebellious. I tell them to never lose their spark of youth. but none of them hear me. Yeah, I wrote that. I wrote that by Zaire Jackson. Wow, okay. I wrote that. I can create and finish something. Proof right there. That was actually really good. That made me feel a lot better, actually. I want to frame this. I want to put it somewhere. That I think was the first time I've ever like really sat down to write something, and it was just like all straight. I didn't really take breaks. I remember my wrist getting tired like in the middle because I kind of have like joint problems, especially in my wrist, but I wrote it, I finished, and it was actually good. And I'm proud of it. I'm proud of that. And I hope you guys enjoyed listening to it. I know I stumbled and stuttered a bit, but I hope you guys enjoyed that. I needed that. And yeah, thank you for watching if you're watching. And yeah, bye.